one of the features that we've used quite a bit here, since we're heavily using the Gmail to synchronize data and move data back and forth with the phone, and we already had the Gmail accounts. A lot of the folks have been using the Google Voice. And if you go to the Google Voice inbox, you can see that it does a visual voicemail. It attempts to transcribe the message so that you get kind of a gist as to who's calling based on the number and kind of what some of the keywords are. And then you can also press play. Play the message back. And then when you're done with the message, you can delete it. One of the nice things about that is you can also set it up that it will send you an email that you've received your voicemail, and it'll also SMS you so that you get a text message. Text messaging built into the phone looks something like this. And of course, the text message is coming in directly to the phone. These are the voicemails that I've received that have come into the system, so I can just tell at a glance without having to go to the visual voicemail. Anybody that has a Gmail account, that's not a problem to set up. We can work with you if you prefer to use that. The other nice thing is if you get an email of the voicemail, you can simply forward that email to somebody else.
Yeah, I've done that a number of
Which is a
occasions.
very nice feature.
Yeah.
Referring to chat, chat is kind of a key thing in our business, and sometimes you need to reach out to the Ohio graphics team on the road. The reason why we use Talkonaut and not use the regular built-in chat is because the Talkonaut software allows us to support group chat. So by logging into here, I can actually see all the conference rooms and then actually be able to jump into the group chat room. So if you're on the road and yeah.
Roger here. A real quick question on this. Is this an application we can download and subscribe to, or should we have TSP tickets on it?
I would put a TST in because it's a little tricky to get it set up. I mean, obviously you can download it if you know what the settings are to join the rooms. You can go ahead and do that. We're happy to share that information with you. Most of the phones, if we set them up, then they should have already had the software. That was part of the software install that we did. So you need to look for it to make sure it's physically there. Now, some of the folks, if we were busy and we got interrupted in the middle of your install, then we might have been pulled away and not got that completed. It does take several hours to set up the phones if it's done correctly, and that's part of the reason because there's a lot of applications you have to install. Not only do you have to install the applications, but then you have to configure them and test them to make sure that each one of them work so that when you're in the field they're functioning. Anybody that does not have this feature but wants it, let us know and just send us an email. Just put a TSP ticket in would be the best thing, because there's 3 technicians that may be working on it, and then that way we can sign off on it.
Thanks.
When you go to, I'm not going to chat in here, but if you want to start typing, it'll just bring up the screen so that you can type in whatever you want. You press send, it sends the message, and the email will respond to you. And this is also your regular, so anybody that's in your regular contact list on your desktop should be in this list as well. There are some various programs. This is not something that we install on a regular basis, but there are some other programs out there that you can get that basically you can track your mileage. So it does it digitally. So you can enter in. I don't have anything in there right now, I don't think, but you can go in and put in your destination, your start-stop odometer, and just set your mileage up. You can put in your purpose, and what will happen is when you've completed this and saved everything, at the end of the week or whatever, you can then email this to yourself and have a spreadsheet list.
What's the name of that app again?
That app,
This particular app is TMM. Track my
Okay,
mileage.
thank you.
It's called
TMM.
Track my mileage. And you know, there may be some better software out there as well. So anybody, you know, if you run across software that is very useful to the industry or to your coworkers, you know, please share it. I've gotten some great tips on some applications from different folks, you know, who the editorial staff, you know, are completely different workflows than what we do. But there might be some crossover between us, especially with doing photos and stuff like that. You're taking a lot of photos on the road. Another application that we use is the File app. If you spend the 99 cents and buy the program, what this allows you to do is basically store the applications and be able to rename them. A lot of the folks like that because if you go to the regular, I guess we can kind of step into e-proofing. Is everybody ready to go into e-proofing, or are there any other questions at this point before we move forward?
we're ready.
All right. I bet you got the old bookmark. What do you want to bet? Yep. Got the old bookmark here. If you press and hold in any one of the text boxes, you'll see a magnifying lens has come up, and this allows me to see a zoom and be able to scroll along and know exactly where the cursor is located. Now, before I go any further, I want to, if you'll notice this little icon right here with the square coming out of, an arrow coming out of a square, when I select that, I have the option to add bookmark, add to a reading list, add to my home screen, which we're going to do that, and we'll show you what that looks like. You can
David,
yeah?
mine is, my bottom bar isn't activated. I see those, but I can't, that other screen you're on, but I can't touch any of them to activate anything.
Have you gone to an actual website? Go ahead and load, if you want, bring up the e-proofs where you can do the login. I'm going to go ahead and add the bookmark. The only thing that changed was ACM. Instead of being ACM period media spectrum, it's ACM as not media spectrum. ABS. Did you activate your bar? Is it showing up available for you now?
Nope, nothing.
You guys have the old YouTube, on your bar. We got news on it the other day. No, it's ACMADS dot media spectrum. What I did was, okay, I can do that with ACMADS dot media spectrum dot net.
Did you get it?
Just go to any website. Just go to Google.
I mean, I can.
Well, Sheila's lucky, she can get it, but Jerry, Tina, and I can't get anything.
Well, you get her.
At the top of your screen where it says Verizon, are you on the Wi-Fi network or are you located? Are you actually using the 3G?
No,
So if you're in the building, you really should be activated on the internal Wi-Fi network, ACM's network. That's a good point to bring up at this stage, that when you're on this type of a signal, which is the Wi-Fi, it is not costing data minutes. If you're on the 3G, that is costing you data. And there is a limit per month as to what is allocated per phone. Because we're running out of time, I'm going to move forward, and I think what we need to do is let's just watch the screen at this point, and we will work on resolving the issue as to why your browsers are not working. It could just be that you know, if you typed up here in the Google search, if you go through and actually type in something and tell it to search, maybe it'll go ahead and bring something up. Instead of typing the address directly into the search field, use the Google search window. Really, the real reason why I wanted to show you is how to navigate within the e-proofing system on the phone. Since it's a little bit tricky, there are some tips and tricks here. For example, if I bring up zone 3 and hit go, when you hit the drop-down dialog boxes, if you need to actually scroll through, by using 2 fingers on the screen, I can pinch in and pinch out to zoom and zoom out. I know you can't see me doing that. But the other thing is, once I've zoomed in, let's say I wanted to go down below, I want to see everything the deadlines in the next 2 weeks. Obviously I cannot see that in this list. If I take 2 of my fingers and put them together and touch anywhere inside of that scroll box, then I can then scroll within just that scroll box and select the 2-week date range. Does everybody understand what I'm describing?
yes,
Okay. So silence is acceptance. That's fine. I'm just looking through, trying to find something that's maybe delivered so we can actually pull up the PDF, and I'll show you how the PDF process works within our iPhone. Okay, so I'm going to do a status of delivered, or to e-proof report. Nothing. Now, I know, but I'm doing it specifically for a zone. So what I'll do is I'll just take off the zone restriction.